So what we have here is we have a really standard irrigation retrofit. We had some irrigation in here from a previous install a number of years ago, and what ends up happening after irrigation is in for a while and it doesn't have the proper amount of cover with mulch is it is sensitive to UV. So as we were inspecting the irrigation, there was cracks and little leaks here and there causing loss of pressure and improper irrigation for areas. So what we did is we laid out a very basic grid here for the existing plants, and what this is going to do is give proper water to everything in this general area. And we have different zones for trees such as this avocado tree here, this apple tree to this other side of me, and we're making sure to give these ones ample amount of water. These ones are on different zones, so they're receiving more water so their roots can be more replenished. Now that all these have been updated with more modern hardware, as you could say, they're going to be getting more proper water with proper pressure, and the areas are just going to be working a lot better for the garden to flourish in the upcoming years. The irrigation here was in a completely different style. They were doing like smaller loops rather than a grid. So I went with a grid style to get more coverage. I didn't do as dense of a grid as we standardly do because I believed a lot of these plants were volunteers. We do have the freedom to add in another line right where I'm standing or above me so we can get things a little bit more dense. But from the lack of irrigation here, it looked like everything was getting ample water, and I believe that this will be good enough for the moment. The purple Netafim is a specific type of Netafim used for gray water and reclaimed water purposes. In irrigation code, purple is generally the standard color of reclaimed water, whether it's storm water, rainwater, or in this case, gray water being used. They can handle something with a little bit more sediment, whereas your standard drip line is meant for a municipal water that is clean straight from the source. This can at least handle any little bits of dust, debris, small things like that, and it's at least a material made for what you're using it for. Since we have an Aqualoop system, which does clean the water to a very high degree, one of the highest in the industries, you can use any type of Netafim with Aqualoop. So for reference, you can use purple with Aqualoop, but it's not exactly necessary because the Aqualoop system brings things to such a level of cleanliness that you can just use your standard Netafim drip line.